From a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this is My Worst Holiday, a podcast about your worst wedding, funeral, bachelor party, bachelorette party, or just a party. Whatever story you have, we want to hear it. And today we have the lovely Carina Groombridge. Carina, say hello.
Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you. Our buddy Phil Better's like, yeah, get this girl. I'm like, okay.
Yes, absolutely. This is going to be
fun. I definitely will. You're just lovely as all get out. I love your glasses. Tell us everything about you.
Everything. Well, everything could take a little while.
I mean, every goddamn thing, Carina.
Okay, well, let's see. Top level, I'm a business and mindset coach, and I love helping service-based business owners scale, grow their business, and actually have a life while doing this. This is my jam. I believe that is possible and necessary. I am also a mom of 4 kids. Yes, it's a party in my house all the time. And in a past life, I studied and worked as an engineer for nearly a decade. So that's, a total 180 from coaching, which is super fun. And I have lots of stories to go and share. So that is in a nutshell. Yeah. So in a nutshell, that's a little bit about me.
You got 4 kids. I got one. I don't know how you do it. Like I've got one, and she keeps me busy. Oh, she's not even in sports or anything. She keeps me busy enough as it is, And then you're talking like a constant party. Well, my daughter, all her friends are theater kids, and they're all gay and fabulous. Like I got these wonderful sopranos in my basement, like rocking out to like a Metallica, and like they're all down here singing, like Disturbed.
Nice. Like, there you go. Awesome. So you also have a party in your house all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. Well, about half of them graduated and they've moved off to college now. So every now and again they come back, but not like it was like every goddamn weekend. Like there's a show in my basement every weekend.
There you go. There's no shortage of entertainment.
Yeah, I get a front row seat. Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome. So you're out of Montreal.
I am. It is super fun. A little cold here right now, but it's an amazing city. I love it.
Yeah. I got no business bitching about Illinois when you live up in Canada, So
I know, but I feel like we have somewhat similar weather sometimes. I don't know. I have a friend in Michigan and we compare notes and it's like, oh yeah, okay. It's pretty on par with where the weather goes. So
yeah, exactly. It actually swings down here before it swings back up to there. Like
exactly.
It does a dip. So pushing that Arctic air down to here, and then everything falls on Buffalo.
That is
right
true.
off the lake. Like yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Except Montreal has the snow, but it's just
Buffalo.
Yeah, Montreal's got the snow, but like it's a lot more fun than Buffalo, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Safe bet.
It's almost like they're not even used to it. Like they don't even know what to do. Like, oh, that's goddamn snow. Like they've got fans out shoveling out like the Bills like stadium. Like the fans come out to shovel it out so that they can watch the game.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, you do what you got to do, right?
Right. So tell me about your podcast and everything, and yeah.
Yes. So I brought Phil on. I don't know, Phil being your friend, my podcast producer, which I am so grateful for, and I am putting on a podcast called "You Are Your Biggest Asset." So this is all about business and mindset and scaling, and basically how to manage your brain to go and create just about whatever you want. So that I'm super pumped for. It is launching in January. It's possible. we can sort out what's going on in here.
I love Phil, and I love everything he's doing. I'm very proud of him. I got him on because he had the Phil Better show, and I'm like, that's awesome. I love that name, so I had him on. And we've been friends ever since. And I loved what he's grown doing in the podcast world.
I know.
Like, and you said you brought him in, yeah, because he's a great guy. He really is. He's a lot of fun.
Exactly, exactly. And I mean, I found him. I was like, oh, I'm like, I've been wanting to start a podcast. And then we got to talking, and I was like, I need your help. I'm like, I don't want to do all that stuff that you can do. I'm like, I'm good at talking. I'm good
Right.
at like, I can show up. I can like give all the content. I'm like, but all the back end stuff. He's like, okay, so we're gonna do this, and here's the next step. Here's the next step. Okay, awesome. I'm in for it.
Right. Yeah. Like, talking about like trying, getting things monetized and like, like everything. He's like, what about you, Mark? And I'm like, I'm good.
Like, I'm just gonna show up.
This is my hobby. I kind of just, I'm all right. He's like, I'm all about you though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you go do you.
And he's super cool about it too. He's like, yeah, Mark's fine. He's doing his own thing. He's good. Just let him go.
Exactly. If ever you want to like grow it and scale it and all the things, like go see Phil. He's got you.
Yeah, if I ever planned on doing that, Phil would be my man. Like he would be the guy I would go to. Like
exactly.
But I don't. Like
there you go.
I do like. I've already kind of moved on. Like now I'm on, and you're going to be on it too. You're on Mosaic TV.
Ooh.
I'm on a network. That's right. We're international, baby. We're worldwide. So,
cool.
yeah, not just Canada, maybe Bangladesh as well. I don't know, but
we need to get all the comments in to be like, okay, where are you listening from? What was that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, because we're streaming on YouTube Live as well, and on Facebook Live, and then we're on Mosaic TV. And if you have a Roku device, if you have an Amazon TV or an Amazon Fire Stick, God damn it, I can't think of the word. Android. If you have an Android device, you can download Mosaic TV, and you can see the lovely Carina and the not as lovely me at the same time. So there's that plug.
There you go. Amazing.
Yep. So yeah, we're changing formats and stuff like that. We got a lot of things going. It's a fledgling network, just trying to get it up off the ground, and yeah. So eventually it'll grow organically, So yeah.
Amazing.
I think so.
With your podcast. Amazing. Who knows? Maybe I'll get on there too.
And they asked me to come on. So
yes.
So yeah, so you got 4 kids, boys, girls?
I have 2 girls and twin boys. So we
nice. How old?
Yes. 9, 8, 8, and 2.
9, 8, 8, and 2, because that'd be the twins.
Yes, exactly. So I have locked myself in this room, and if you hear banging, it's them. Like, just
that's what I figure. Yeah. If you hear banging over here, because my daughter's being an asshole, but no, she's not.
Just deciding to like stomp on her floor.
So what made you made you take this this format for your podcast? What made you go towards that?
Yeah, well, it's been a thought in my head for so long, just because I love the longer form content. I love going and supporting my audience, my clients, and I feel like podcasting allows me to do that and to actually convey a bigger message than just, Facebook or Instagram with like a 1.5-minute reels. So I'm super excited to be able to like actually convey like, okay, we're talking about this topic and
let's make a real connection in 1.5 minutes.
I know, exactly. And so like personally I love like personally I love to listen to podcasts. So
yeah, I do too.
It's nice to be able to go through and like be like, oh, I like this topic, and click and hear what they have to say about it. So I'm super pumped for that, and to be able to bring on some of my clients, share stories, share wins, how they got there, all of those things. Because so often, like, you see the shiny, like, big shiny result of like, oh, they tripled their income. Like, that sounds great, but what's actually happening behind the scenes to do it?
How did you triple your income?
Exactly. Like, it's a lot more than just like a 30-second reel to be like, well, like, here's what we worked on, here's what you had to do and overcome and all of it. And like, so I love the being able to show the behind the scenes and being able to kind of take people through more of that journey, because we always keep seeing
pull back
the big shiny end results, and like, it's the process of how you get there is the important thing. Like, whenever I work with my clients, it's often not like a one-off thing. I work with my clients over the course of like 6 months or a year or more, because we're literally rewiring their brain for them to be able to change, and not just like temporarily, but be able to create wildly different results. Like, one of my clients, she kept hiring the wrong kind of people because she wanted to help them. But that meant that she was building out this team of people that were not a good fit for her company. And as much as she wanted to help them,
trying to help her as well.
They weren't trying to help her, and they weren't trying to help themselves. Like, they were not supporting their clients to her standards. They were not showing up. Like, it was a mess when she was finally able to like let go and move on. But now she's gone from having this team that was like, don't know if they want to be there, like, not good to support her company, to now a team that she's going on maternity leave and they're able to run the show without her. So like, that's the kind of transition a lot of my clients can see and can expect, because it's like, you know, if you're sitting there going like, oh, what, like, I want to hire this person, like, they could use the help, they could use the employment, and, you know, but they weren't there to help her. They weren't there to, like, they were just there to take rather than to actually be supportive. And she's been able to shift that, because like, she wants to help people.
Help
she
is a two-way street. Like, you got to help each other. You know,
exactly.
I mean, like, and I've always been on the, like, I've always been in sales. And so many people in sales are so guarded and protected, you know, like I'm not going to tell you anything because you might take some of my stuff, where I've always been, hey, this is how you do it.
Have it all.
This is going to get you your results, you know, and like, everybody's like, man, you shouldn't teach them all that shit. Like, no,
you
build them up. You build them up. God damn it. You know, like, and they'll build you up as well. Like, they'll I don't know, give you that bump you need later when they say, listen to everything that man says. He helped me.
Exactly. It's like putting out good karma into the world. Like, it's just works better that way. If only more people did that, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, as hell to everybody else, but
depends if they're in your good books. Is that it?
Yeah. No, but I love that. Like talking about, like, pulling the curtain back, you know, like, give me the brass tacks of how you got there, you know?
Yeah. And I find for everybody, it's like, it's a slightly different flavor, but so much it comes down to how you're thinking about things, how you're showing up to things, what you believe, which most of the time has been based on, you know, what's happened to you in the past, what experiences have you had, and it kind of shapes how you're thinking and showing up to things. But then if you want a drastic change to happen, like, we need to shift how you're thinking and how you're showing up. So that's a lot of what I do, is to figure out, like, okay, how are you operating right now? And where do you want to go? What do we need to change to get you there?
Change your paradigm. It's just funnier when you say it that way.
It is absolutely.
Like,
we have a lot of
box. Like, I like to think inside the box, because apparently all that shit worked. So,
Depends what you're going for.
yeah, yeah, I'm not thinking outside the box. I'm thinking inside the box. I'm an inside box guy. That's what
There you go. There you go.
I
You have your
take
box. You're
everybody
good.
else's formula because they already made the formula. So like,
Yep. Well, it's like stealing. It's like having the cheat sheet.
easier for me, man. Yeah, it makes it much easier for me to do stuff when I just cheat off you. Yeah. Oh, the beautiful Stacy Toy is watching us. Stacy,
Oh,
I
hello,
love Stacy. She's
Stacy.
just the most amazing woman in the world. When you get your podcast up and going, you'll have to talk to her. She's a monster. She's got 2 production companies. She's just fantastic. Yeah, she's got some I don't know, that's some computer thing going on. What the hell is it? It's got
Stacey, you're gonna have to educate
acronyms. I don't know. But anyway, she's lovely. She works with Cedric the Entertainer. She's fantastic.
Cool.
So,
well, hello.
Here's your plug, Stacy. Love you, girl. Right now we're talking to Carina Groombridge. Groombridge. I've been trying to make that roll off my tongue lately. I haven't been able to. But she's got a podcast coming up about business and building people up and pulling the curtain back and looking at how people do things to make themselves better and in turn making other people better as well. Did I get that?
Yeah, that's okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yep. Exactly.
Hey, thanks. So do you have like anybody set up already, or are you're just getting ready to hit the ground running, or?
At the moment, I am in the recording process of like getting those first couple episodes recorded and set up through Phil. So that is where I'm at right now. But come the new year, then I'll start like bringing on guests and doing all of that. So, we're getting there.
One thing I know about podcasting is you immediately start making just a ton of money, like right off the bat.
Always fun. Always fun.
Yeah. You always get that. How do I monetize this? Well, if you're like me, you don't.
Well, I can already bring what's working from business over to the podcasting side. So I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. You can come over here for mine for what's not. What's not.
All right. All right. I'll take notes.
Yeah. Not changing your paradigm, thinking inside the box, and absolutely not what's working for business. That's what you get here on the My Roast Holiday Show, folks. Hey, this is gold I'm giving you right here. Gold.
Yes, absolutely. So don't do what Mark is doing.
Yeah, don't do what Mark is doing. Do what Carina and Phil are doing. If that's the way you want to, if you want to make any money out of it. Or at least try to. This is what I do for fun. I get to talk to people. So
exactly. Rather than going out to a bar, you could just, come to your basement and have a drink.
Oh, I do that too. I do that a lot. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so you got the real people and the online people. You're good. You're covered.
Yes, exactly. You can't just entertain in your basement in a room next to your bathroom that you made. So
I guess that depends on you. You could, if you really want to.
So did you like? What made you settle on this? Was like there anything else that you was kind of kicking around as far as like you wanted to do for a podcast or anything, or?
What made me settle on this? Well, for me, like I got into business in the first place, and a large part of that was because I needed to shift my own mindset. Because from the get-go, my frame, like the way I was thinking about it was, well, I don't really know what I'm good at. Like this was when I was, in high school and trying to figure out, okay, what do I do with my life? And I was sitting there going, well, I don't really know what I'm good at. I don't know what I'm passionate about. So I'm just going to my parents are like, keep getting educated. I'm like, that's good advice. Okay. So, have a degree in mechanical engineering, which was great. But I didn't love it. And I kept having that story of like, I don't know what I love.
I do not love mechanical engineering. It sounds so exciting.
Well, so riveting, really, absolutely not. And if you can't tell, I'm not really like I don't really fit the engineer mold exactly. I'm far too social for that.
Yes. Talking to an engineer is always an interesting time. Like, if you want to hear a bunch of shit you don't understand and a bunch of metaphors that only he understands or she understands.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So I realized that wasn't quite my place, but I didn't know what else I wanted to do. So I just kind of kept going. And I was like, well, I'm partway through, I might as well. And then end up, in a job that I'm like, it's okay. I don't love it. And then I had kids. And well, as I mentioned, I had 3 really close in age. And I was like, okay, like we need to change something because I don't love what I'm doing. I have all these little people right now that I want to tell, like, hey,
your birth control.
Go do that too. Like, go do something you love. Go have fun. Go make money.
You might want to change that, Carina. It's
I know, right?
Something wasn't working.
No, it was working too well.
God damn it! Not again. That's a pregnancy
exactly.
Is what I'm doing. Okay.
I got it. The pregnancy just does not tell you there's 2 in there, though. Let me tell you that. We found out. We found out halfway through pregnancy that, by the way, there's 2.
Oh, yay! Surprise!
Basically, yes. They're like, why are you at this appointment? Like, you have 2 babies. Like, you need a longer appointment to like do all the scans and stuff. And I'm like, what? What are you saying? Like, oh God.
Come again?
Exactly.
No, he did.
Okay, so going back to what I was saying, in regards to like, how I got to the podcast and
a little derailed, but we're back on track.
It's fine. It happens all the time. But why I chose that podcast, that style and everything is because like I had my little people and I'm like, well, I can't tell you what, like, to go do what you love, make money, like follow your passion, all that, when I'm sitting behind a desk in a corporate job that I hate. Like, I was like,
you never seen a Hallmark movie.
Yes.
And the husband's right. He's like, you can't be a super mom and a corporate monster at the same time. He told her.
I had originally, that was my original goal, but then I'm like, I don't actually like this. I'm like, why am I here?
And hanging out with other engineers. Woo!
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I made some friends with some like cool, fun ones. But for the most part, there's lots of like very stereotypical engineers out there that I love. And, it's just not my bubble.
I will tell you this, Carina. I will tell you this. When I came in, sat down, and then brought you up on the screen, I looked at you and knew immediately she was so much more smarter than me. It's like immediately like, yeah. I'm not even close to this one. It's
well, like I did put on like nice clothes for you. Could have showed up in my like pajama pants and a t-shirt, but.
And you would have been just fine. Like you would have been just fine.
Yep.
I don't know if you see this attire. It's
I know. You're rocking the merchandise. Very nice. You need the matching hat. We can see your hat better.
I tried. I ordered a couple hats and I got this.
No.
You can't tell, but it's this incredibly tiny head. Like it's just this. Only certain hats look good, and I ordered 2 or 3 different styles of hats, and like none of them, with my logo on there, none of them. I'm like, I'm not wearing that. No.
You gotta like find the hat and then just get somebody else to put the logo on it.
That badly.
No, it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah, I gotta find somebody one of those stitching things. What's that?
I said, not your cup of tea to be made fun of all the time? No.
Yeah. Well, no, it's okay. There's plenty of people waiting to make fun of me. I just don't need more ammunition. Like I've already got this, so I don't need any, like hey, let's knock it up a notch. Like
well, ask one of your listeners. Maybe somebody is good at, I don't know, embroidery or something.
Right.
Can go and hook you up.
Somebody make me a My Worst Holiday hat logo. Here's what the logo looks like, and I'll let you take it from there. So just put that on a hat. Like, it'd have to be a bigger hat. I think maybe a cowboy hat. I gotta wear a Stetson.
There you go.
Chew tobacco. No, I don't. Yeah.
Then and like bring your
head on down to Texas. My worst holiday.
That works. You could totally do that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All right, hit us with a story. What do you got? Let's hit us with a story.
All right. So let's see. Story. So one really funny, rather embarrassing story for me was Perfect. When exactly I was thinking of like what would be appropriate to bring here, and so this one definitely is up there. So in Cégep, which is kind of like university, it's a Quebec thing. Quebec is weird. Anyways, let's just call it university. There was this school trip that we were going on, and I signed up to go. I'm like, this sounds amazing. We're going. They took like 5 buses of like 20-year-olds to Miami, like from Montreal going down to Miami, which is like a 30-hour bus ride. It's a commitment. But
Jesus
when you're,
Christ.
yes, it was.
Do you hate yourself?
No, I mean the bus with like 50, 20-something-year-olds. That was fun. It was long as hell. But it was
that'd
fun.
be all right. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a party. Yeah.
Exactly. It was a party bus there, and the bus ride back was like people sleeping in the aisles. So, like, to no one's surprise. And so when we were there one night, I had a room with a bunch of my girlfriends, and there was like most of the school's soccer team that was partying there too. And at the beginning of the night, everybody was talking like, oh, yeah, okay, we're going to go and drink and all this. And we went off, kind of like chatted, had some drinks, and then went our separate ways. And somehow, I'm still not sure how, but me and my friends ended up hanging out on the beach and basically just like nearly sleeping in the sand. And later on in the night,
that's not a great idea.
No, it's really not recommended.
No.
And
critters. Lots of little critters. They don't tell you about the fucking critters, do they?
So when you're from Canada, you don't think about this. Like, I don't. True. Thankfully, this was not an issue. But later on. So later on in the night, the soccer team that we had like bumped into at the beginning of the night, they were walking along the beach and practically tripped over me and my friends because they were possibly slightly more sober than us. I don't know. And in my like
Can't you go anywhere down here without tripping over a chick?
I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. But yeah, so they saw us and they're like, okay, girls, like, let's take you back. Like, let's head back to the hotel room. We need to bring everybody back at the end of this. And so they were very kind.
Someplace safe. What do you say?
So and there was also the coach of the soccer team, like one of the coaches of the soccer team was there too. So like a responsible adult. And they're going and they're like, getting us, like trying to bring us to the room and everything. And of course, being drunk and I was like, no, like, don't move me. I don't want to go anywhere.
Drunk.
And so
drunk,
and you're like, just too drunk.
I've been drunk and high. I don't know if I've been drunk and drunk. So they try to like pick us up.
So they try to like, pick us all up. And I'm sitting there going, no, like, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. Because I'm like, I'm going to throw up. Don't move me.
Right.
They're like, we're not leaving you on the beach. So get your ass up. And so, of course, I'm sitting there like flailing my arms, being really not very nice to these people who try and help me. And I end up hitting the soccer coach in the face.
Oh, Jesus.
And yeah. And I was like, oh, you're not gonna like me very much. So they ended up like, getting us back to the room safe and everything was good. But then of course, like we hear about this the next day, like, like what were you girls up to? Like, was that a good party? Because we were like waking up, like standing in our hair and like,
I was drunk.
Yes. So it took me a while to live that one down. That was good times.
Fun. No, that's a great story. Yep. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff you want to hear. Like.
There we go. I can put that embarrassing story out there, and somebody can have a little laugh.
Yeah. Let's get you back into someplace safe.
Yeah. Good idea.
That's
good idea.
Like let's get like you don't want to pass out chick on the beach. Like.
Yep, we don't want that. Especially when you have to like go home after, like, okay, we need all of you to come back. All in one piece, everybody come back. Like, bus is not gonna leave without you. So
see that's a group of guys that's being very nice, very nice. There's like there's a thing out there on the internet about they ask a woman, like, if you was lost in the woods, would you rather bump into a bear or a man? And like more than 3/4 of the women out there go, oh, a bear. Definitely a bear.
That's really sad. I don't know. I know a lot of like good men, but I know there's some not so good ones out there too. But
but like the odds are
crazy.
Every bear's gonna hurt you. Like 99% of the men are gonna go, the fuck are you doing out here? Like, come here. Like, come on.
Like, let's go.
True. Let's get you back home. You got the 1% out there. Yeah, the 1%, not great guys. Not a good representation of the male species. But the 99% not a bear. So
true.
Some of them are, but they're a bear by choice, and I'm okay with that.
Yes, valid point.
There you go. That means two things. Yeah, a bear.
Do you
and a bear.
math better? Yeah. Do you math better with the alcohol? Is that how that works?
No, yeah. I can count to 2. Watch me go. No, I just got into. Actually, I'm terrible at math. I'm like absolutely awful. And my daughter is too. I just got into it with her teacher about like.
Oh, really?
Like our mathing abilities. We're not great. I'm great at philosophy. I'm great at psychology.
If she likes theater.
I'm great at history. These are things that I'm good at. I'm good at comedy. Okay, but you're gonna have to take some time and work with me on the math thing. I'm just not wired that way,
Yeah.
So,
but that's okay. Like we don't need everyone to be good at math. We just just some that can do the math things.
Exactly. Yes. Not all of us need trig. I guarantee you. Not all of us need fucking trig.
I can tell you, I have not used that in school.
I don't even know what trig does. Like, I don't even know.
There is a lot of math out there.
I cannot give you a definition of what trigonometry is.
There's a lot of math out there that just we don't need to use on a day-to-day basis. So it's just not a problem.
Oh, Jesus, it drives me crazy. Like, I've got buddies, one of them's just dumb as a post, but anyway, but he can math. I mean, he'll go, oh yeah, here you go. It's this. You have a hard time picking your feet up off carpet. How the fuck do you do this in your head? Like,
that's his skill. He got that one.
that is his skill. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
yeah.
dull. Or this guy came up to me at one time. He goes, "Yeah, I'm getting a new job." Oh, okay. He goes, "I'm pretty excited." Okay, well, I'm not sure.
Could have fooled me.
You know what excited is, but all right. That's
well, I'm pretty sure most people, don't compare to your level of excitement. So, it's hard to match.
There's Carina, there's a guy running around in my head all day long like this.
Yep.
And this is me. This is me at 58 years old. Imagine me at 20.
Boy. Oh man. Yep. Most of my clients are like, I need to tame the hamster in my head. Like, please help me. Like, yes, we could do that. We could do that.
Well, here's our little friend called heroin. So, just
not what I recommend.
You may have a major problem after, but it's going to slow you down. Okay. You're going to think clearly for at least a week. And then after that, it gets a little shaky. But you shouldn't.
Not recommended, but
No, don't recommend. Yeah, it's not really a prescription. I get it from a guy named Dr. Dude. It's like,
that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
That makes sense. He doesn't really have an office per se.
It's like a mobile office.
Yeah, mobile. It's a mobile. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of labeling.
True.
Mm-hmm. So you went from being an engineer to being a mother, and then I know you told me, but I missed it.
Now a coach.
Yes. So is like a life coach kind of a thing?
More business. I like helping women make money. So we do that. Along with, on
my feed, when I post this, go ahead and drop your link onto that too, like where women can get a hold of you and everything else. That's fantastic. I like that you're building that. And that's wonderful. That's great. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it. we need more women.
Do you have another story? You got another story there that you could hit us with, or was that one it? Or do you got another one? I like the way you did that. It's very cute.
Ooh, let's see. I mean, there's lots of stories. Like I went through 4 years, technically 5, because I chose to take longer to go through university, but that means I did 5 years in engineering with a whole bunch of men, and being one of the 5, maybe 10% of women. It was fun.
What was the percentage of engineering men that had lisps of some sort?
Not that many that I knew. Not that many that I.
This is engineering. I'm trying to think. Something like maybe they had a little something like that going on.
Not in my friend circle. I mean, probably, but
no.
But no, I feel like
I was thinking like an engineering guy like that. Like they're like Dungeons and Dragons nerds, which I'm one of those, but I don't talk with them. Like
we don't talk about that.
Funny, this is awesome. We should get some soda. I just picture that kind of a nerd thing going on.
No, I mean, not that I can think of. I don't know. I had lots of friends. They were amazing.
Yeah, that's not cool of me. I'm being stereotypical, and that's not very cool of me. It's funny, but it's not cool. It's not cool.
No, you're not being very nice right now.
So anyway, back. But you went to school like 20% or 10% women, or
probably like
what was the
10,
percentile together?
probably like 10. And I don't know. I just had like, I had the best time. We did a lot of like I did a lot of the partying and the going out. My parents at one point were like, "You're still going to school, right?" Like I kept telling about that about all the parties and the this and the that. I'm like, yes. I'm like, I'm passing. Right. Like,
so
I'm doing it.
Where did you go to school?
Concordia University in Montreal.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
I don't know of it, but okay.
No. Well, there's in English, there's Concordia
Apparently,
and McGill.
other countries also have universities, and that's new on me. So I didn't.
Yes, they do. Anyways, Concordia was more the engineering school in Montreal, so at least for the English sector. So that's where I went, and I had a blast. I did like all of the kind of social things when I was there. So I built Bajas and was part of the like student union, like the kind of like on the one hand, you know, in like the kind of nerdy whatever. On the other hand, we organized all the parties and we did all the like events and stuff. So I was like, this is fun. I like this. I could do more of this. And randomly, like, I know how to weld, and we organized parties where actually, I'll tell you this because this was super fun.
Are you going to tell me that you had a welding party? Are you about to tell me you had a welding party?
No, I do know how to weld, like randomly. I mean, that is a skill
that
I have.
I know how to weld. Like I just like woo, you know, like, let's do a line of blow and weld something, you know, like woo.
No, no.
Watch me break the fuck out of this.
Oh man, no. But we would throw this party every year, or maybe twice a year. I don't remember, but it was called Dusted, and I don't know how like widespread this acronym is, but it's called Dusted, which is an acronym for drinking an unexpected small town entirely dry. So we would go and line up like at like, I don't know, 9-10 o'clock at night. We'd line up buses outside the university and fill these buses, maybe like 4, I want to say, maybe like 4 school buses full of university students. And the whole idea was you like drive to an unexpected small town that's probably like maybe, I don't know, like an hour out of the city on these buses, and then drink it dry. So you get transported there on the bus. You go. I know, right?
Everything about this.
There we go.
I want to do this right fucking now. I want to do this right now.
I thought you would like this one. And it was the best because you'd show up at this bar that was nearly empty. It might have been like a Thursday night. I don't remember because university students don't care.
Right.
And so this bar that's nearly empty gets like, I don't know, 200, 250 university students pouring in all at the same time to just drink obscene amounts and then get back on the bus at the end of the night and go home, which required a lot of garbage bags. It's like you basically hand them out when you get on the bus, like, take this. Like, are you capable of opening the bag? I don't know how much they had to pay the bus drivers.
This is one of the greatest things, Carina, that I've ever heard of in my life.
There you go. You could organize.
And I want to do this right goddamn now. What's that?
You could organize one yourself. You would have to have like, I don't know, be like an honorary member at a school and go do that. That'd be great.
You know, I do have a bar that I go to that does have a bus.
There you go.
just an
There we go. We have
unsuspecting
the
bar.
wheels turning.
Just
We have the wheels turning.
a random on the wall bar. So I know we're gonna go over on it, but anyway, my wife and I took our daughter roller skating in Ottawa. It's Ottawa, Illinois. And by the way, just not to
Okay.
confuse.
Not we have an Ottawa too, but
we did not go across the border. Yeah, we did not go. Yeah. And so anyway, we dropped my daughter off her skate, and I'm like, well, let's go have a couple cocktails someplace, and let them skate, whatever. We'll go pick them up. Not getting crazy because it's my daughter, so we're gonna be very cool. So I go, let's just find a nice little bar, off to the side, not one of the major ones, just a small. And so the first one we go to, and I drink scotch, and my wife drinks Captain and Diet, Coke, big plug there. But we go into the first one, and everybody's head turns and stares at us, and they're like, hey, you ain't from around here, are you? Like we're
who are you?
an hour outside of Chicago, and I feel like I just walked into a bar from where I'm from, like it's 20 hours, like 2 hours south, like Leonard Skinner, like that. But anyway, and I go, well, what kind of beers do you have? Because it doesn't look like much of a Scotch place. They're in the cooler down there at the end. So we go down there, and of course it's Miller Lite, Bud Light, Busch Light, ooh, you got all the lights. Okay. I'll have a Jameson. That's empty. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And my wife ordered a Captain and Diet, and it was neither Captain nor Coke. I don't know what it was, but it was neither one of those. So we leave there, and there's some shenanigans that went on at the other bar too, or I'm not going to go into it because it gets pretty raunchy. But anyway, we call our friend who lives in Ottawa, or she texts her friend who lives in Ottawa. He goes, you literally went to the worst 2 bars in town. One is the murder bar, where the guy who owns the place murdered his wife, drowned her in a toilet. The second one was called the cocaine bar. And this was, I'll just give you a dose of this one. It was an Irish pub, supposed to be an Irish pub. And I go, that sounds great. So we go in there, we sit down, and I go, I'll have a Guinness. And the bartender goes, Guinness. And she starts like going through, this is like called O'Flaherty's or some shit like that. Like she's like rifling through, like she gets down to the end like that. She's like, got one.
What bar did you walk into?
I don't know what the expiration date on this Guinness would have been, but she brings it down, and you know how to pour a Guinness. You know what Guinness. You know how to pour a Guinness, right?
Yeah.
She just goes clink and just sets it down in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, all right, let's look for another place. All right, so yeah. So anyway,
you knew how to pick them.
That one, that one was the cocaine bar. So the 2 bars that we went to, one was the murder bar, the second one was the cocaine bar, and okay, let's go to one of the popular ones now. Let's go to some.
How did you figure that out? Yes.
Yes.
Should probably do that research before. Apparently, murder bar.
Well, it's right on the main drag. It looks like a nice little. It's got a nice deck. It's got everything. And God, it looked like I walked into the middle of Deliverance. Like there should have been a banjo playing, and then like a bing, 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 bing. Like what the? Like that one was in Ottawa. Like whatever. Anyway, but we went over our time. Carina, you have the floor. Tell us everything about you, where they can find you. Do you have a Patreon set up yet? If not, get one set up. I still don't make any money off of it, but maybe you will. But get yourself a Patreon and tell us everything about you, baby. You got the floor.
Thank you. Okay, so really what you need to know about me is if you run a service-based business, if you are looking to scale that business and figure out how to work less and actually delegate and get your life back in the process, this is what I do. This is my jam. You can find me on Instagram. My podcast, which is You Are Your Biggest Asset, is coming out in January. So definitely come and follow me over there. I do not have Patreon yet, but maybe I will start. I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea. And
there's a couple minutes to set it up. Okay.
All right. Yeah. And for anybody listening, if you want to learn more, if you want to understand if coaching is the best thing for you, which by the way, it absolutely is. Like, it is the best investment. I've invested it in myself. My clients see amazing results. Like, it's just so good. We should talk, Mark. We can tame the hamster in your head. So if you are looking to figure out
good luck with that.
I know. There's only one condition. You have to want to. That is the only condition. You don't want to? Cool. We're good.
No. It hasn't worked for me so far, so I'm great.
Well, yeah, but we haven't worked together. That's why. But that's up to you. So if you are looking to grow and scale your business, that is what I do. And I would love to talk to you more about what that will look like for you. So you can go and reach out either on Instagram, on this podcast, and I will find it on the internet. And I would love to connect with you. So it's Carina Groombridge Coaching on Instagram, on Facebook. And my website is www.carinagroombridge.com. And I will drop the links in wherever I find this stream. So I will go do that.
Awesome. And hang out after when I sign off here. Lovely talking to you. You've been an absolute delight. I appreciate you coming on. And as always, you can find me at myworstholiday.com. And it's okay. I never go on there. I never do that either. But you can always find me on m.w.holiday on Facebook, My Worst Holiday Podcast on YouTube. And if you want to give me some money, you cheap fucking pricks, it's My Worst Holiday at patreon.com. And you can always find me on Mosaic TV if you have an Android device, if you have an Amazon Fire Stick, if you have an Amazon TV, if you have an Android. Yeah, I already said that. Fuck it. You can always find me there. Mosaic TV, baby. And from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody. Oh, try to end. It's not ending. Ending? There it goes. Ah!